morning, children. So we have started the third lesson, that is a major landform. So already we have discussed about the major landform, that is a mountains, plateaus, plains and the desert. So once again we will revise the class. So today that is the last topic about the rivers. So once again I will repeat the class, children. Okay, now what are the landforms? What are the major landforms? What are the mountains? Mountains, plateaus, plains, next desert, rivers. These are the major landforms. So our earth is made of land and water. 71% is 71% is water and 29% is land. So 29% of the earth is covered by land. So from the 29%, the 20% of the earth is covered by the mountains. 20% of the earth is covered by the mountains. So the mountains, depending upon their age, the mountains are formed. So the young mountains, they have the conical shape peaks. They are very so height. And they have a conical shape peak. So the conical shape peak is called as a summit. So the older mountains, example is the Alps is a young mountains. Alps is a young mountains. So the older mountains, they do not have the conical shape. They have the flat and the edges. The round and the flat edges. So they are known as they are less in height. So they are known as older mountains. Araval is Alpha chains is also the older mountains. Depending on their height and the shape of a mountain, the edges are depending on their age, the shape of the mountain and height of the mountains are depend. So Andes is a mountain which is present in the South America, and Rockies which is present in the North America and the South America. These are the examples of the mountains. So geysers are formed from the mountains, and from the geysers the rivers are formed from the mountains. So mountains, they act as the barren lands. They protect us from the strong winds and the rains. They act as a barren land. So it has some of the mountains, they are rich in minerals. So it is not capable. The mountains are not capable for the agriculture, for cultivating the land, agriculture. So it has a conical shape. It is not suitable to cultivate the land or the farming. So this is the climate. So it is less dense in population. So the people cannot live here due to the climate. Next one is the plateaus. The high land is known as a plateau. The plateaus are also known as a tablelands. They are also known as a tablelands. The plateaus. So many rivers can flow in the plateau. Many rivers are flown in the plateau. So plateaus are known as a grasslands. The grasslands is used for grasslands. So these grasslands is used for the farming and the grazing the animals. So Colorado Plateau. So in our country, it has the plateaus are raised in the largest area. The plateaus are larger in their areas. So in our country, it is a Deccan Plateau. So in our country, we have the Deccan Plateau. So in our India, there is a Deccan Plateau and the Colorado Plateau. Colorado Plateau. Colorado Plateau in South America. In South America. So, North America. North America. Bolivian Plateau. Bolivian Plateau. Plateau in North America. South America. In South America. In South America. These are the examples of the plateaus. So plateaus, leeward. What is leeward in the plateaus? The leeward. Leeward means leeward. So the plateau which is surrounded by the hills and which has a less low rainfall, the area of the plateau is known as a leeward. Leeward means the area of a plateau which is surrounded by the hills, and it gets very little rainfall. So the area is known as a leewards. Canyons. What is canyons? The plateaus has valleys. So when the land is so high, the remaining part of the plateau, it shows the valley, a deep valleys. So a deep valleys is known as a canyon. So the Colorado Plateaus has a great valleys. So plateaus are used for the grazing the animals. Plateaus are good for the grazing the animals. Next, plains. The plains is the land formed by the silt, sand and the silt. So the rivers flow in the plains. They flow in the plains. From the rivers they carry the fertile soil, sand and the silt. They carry the soil, sand and the silt. So the plains are formed by the silt and the sand. So the plains have the fertile soil. The plains are also known as the lowlands. They are known as the lowlands. Next, so the plateaus are known as a tableland. They are very high in range, so they are known as a tableland. The plains is known as a lowland. They are low in area. The low surface area of the earth is known as a lowlands. Plains. So the land is formed by the silt and the sand. So the plains are good for the agriculture. So farming. So plains are good for the agriculture. So plains, they are used for the construction of the buildings, dams, bridges. So they are used in the plains. Next, desert. So desert area, it is hot and dry. And also has a less low rainfall. So the desert region, this area is very hot and dry. So the days are hot and the nights are cool. Dry area. So the land is made of sand. Total the land is made of sand. Dry area. The days are hot. Nights are cool. So hills are formed by the sand. They are known as a sand dunes. What is that? Sand dunes. They are known as a sand dunes. Next, so there is a scarcity of water. So the animal, no vegetation can be seen in the desert area. Vegetation means plants and the trees are the growing the crops, that is a natural vegetation. So we cannot form the natural vegetation in the desert area. So we can, mostly camels are found in the desert. So camels are also known as a ship of the desert, ship of the desert. So Sahara desert, Sahara desert and Kalahari desert. Kalahari desert are the examples of Africa, Sahara desert and Kalahari desert are the examples of Africa. Thar desert and Arabian desert are the examples of Asia continent. Thar desert and Arabian desert are the examples of Asia continent. These are the desert regions. Next, Great Victoria desert and Sandy desert. Great Victoria desert and Sandy desert are the examples of Australia. Next, Atacama desert and Patagonia desert are the examples of South America. Atacama desert and Patagonia are the examples of South America. So we have the 7 continents. In all the 7 continents, the deserts lies in the west part. They lies in the west part of the continent. Always the deserts are located at the west part of the continent. The deserts are located in the west direction of the continent. So in our country also, the Thar desert. So Rajasthan, it is located at the west part of our country. So all the deserts, they are located at the west part of our country. Next are the rivers. The rivers are originated from the Himalayas. So from the Himalayas, they move towards the plains. The rivers are 3 types. There are 3 types: the higher course, the middle course, and the outer course. The rivers are divided into 3 types: the higher course, middle course, and the outer course. So tomorrow we will learn about the rivers. Okay, na children? So homework is read the lesson. Once again, revise the lesson by reading your textbook. Okay, na children? Thank you.